Hello everyone, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. Today we are back on the Fife Circle line in the new Sprinter Express timetable. Today we are in the Class 158 doing a run up to Markinch from Edinburgh Waverley. And we've also got a Class 170 on the back. This is one of the 5-car services where a 158 couples to a 170, so technically if you did like a Leyland service in the 158 with the 158 at the front, then you could change ends and do the 170 on the way back, which is pretty cool. I also have Winzarton's PC-only live weather mod active, which you can find a link for down in the description. So yeah, let's get going. So, let's set this thing up. Master key. Reverser. Headlights. Open the doors. Seal plushie that I haven't gotten yet. Let's go. Boom. 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 And boom. There we go. Let's get that window open so we can hear the glorious sounds of the engine. We don't hear the rabid bagpiper. No offense against Scottish people, but the bagpiper that plays at Edinburgh Waverley between certain times of day is very, 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 very annoying. Oh, there we go. Alright. Shut the doors. I do love how the 170 and 158 can couple. I forgot to release the brakes. DRA. Oops. I forgot that activated automatically in the 158. Next stop, Haymarket. In just over a mile. Okay, our stops today are Haymarket, Gateway, Edinburgh Gateway, Inverkeithing, Kirkcaldy, and Markinch. So we are a rapid service today. Okay, that's some wheel slip. Yeah. The live weather mod, if there's humidity, it steps up track wetness, which is pretty realistic. So yeah, we can have wheel slip even if it's like dry. Actually, I should shut the window. Yeah. Oh man, having the two coupled together is so cool. It's the only timetable where that happens with the 158 and 170. We will be cleared to go up to 35 in a minute. So yeah, I think, yeah. Since we're going via Kirkcaldy, we're definitely going via the southern branch of the Fife Circle. So our course today will be somewhat like this. Up to Markinch. I forgot to turn the GSMR on. Oops. And also, as part of the new update for the 158, it actually self-tests. The GSMR actually does a self-test now when you put the reverser in. When you put the master key in, I should say. Putting the reverser in is a German thing. It's also pretty easy to identify 5-car surfaces because it says 5-car in the title, so you just type 5-car into the search bar and it does it for you, and it searches them up for you, which is nice. I do have complaints about the Sprinter Express timetable. Haymarket Depot is too empty compared to the ScotRail Express version of Haymarket Depot. There's no HST services, even though I don't like having the GWR HST. We will get HST services, but only as part of a gameplay pack that we have to pay for. Then there seems to be far too few services up the Latham branch. There's a Latham Rail Link one. There's the Latham Rail Link 158. Nice. That's one of my favorite liveries in the game. Oh yeah, I am definitely getting wheel slip. Oh my goodness. I'll check the humidity percentage once we stop. Right. Humidity, wetness is at 30%. Track wetness is at 30%. There's so many more 158s that we can have in the game besides the ScotRail and East Midlands Trains one. I wish they could do a Transport for Wales one for the Cardiff City network, and then that could also like layer onto Manchester Airport Commuter and things like that. And then they could also do a GWR one for the Riviera line. Skyhook, but is what I mean by they. I'll open the window again since we don't have any more tunnels for a bit. There is a 385 coming in. Nice. Heading to Waverley. I don't drive the 385 normally because, yeah, it just has far too little visibility out of the front window. I do have Itzia 165's sound mod going. There goes a tram. That's included by default with the route, I think. Yeah, it is. No need to use the DRA since we're standing at a green signal. This is actually one of the shorter services on Fife Circle because most of them go over an hour, but this one's actually only about 50 minutes because it just doesn't barely stop anywhere. So yeah, what's our next stop after this? Gateway, and then it's Inverkey thing, and then all the way to Kirkcaldy and Markinch. So yeah, this is a rare service, like that, like is more of an express kind, but isn't an Inter7 City HST service. Busing back, next stop, Gateway. Oh, that's wheel slip. Now I have to be careful due to the wheel slippiness. Do have a 90 limit kicking into force pretty soon. And there it is. The 170 and 158 sound so different from each other. See how empty Haymarket Depot is? It should not be this empty. And there's no depot moves in the timetable either. Those are just static 158s that never move. Which is very annoying. Not stopping at South Gyle, Dalmeny, North Queensferry, Aberdour, Buoyant Island. Yeah, bunch of stations we're not stopping at today. So yeah, this is pretty much representing real life weather conditions. Like date is correct, the weather is correct. Yeah, and it's pretty it's a pretty cold. By what I could read off of the live weather injector, it seems like a pretty cold, clear day. And I think I'll be using the live weather injector even on like older routes, say like Blackpool branches that was like set in the 1980s. I'll still use live weather on that. So we do have a 75 limit kicking in. So we will have to be careful there. There's another train coming down. It is a 380. Do like the 380s. And there's a what? Huh? That's a Class 801 coming off of the Fife Circle? What? I thought that wasn't there. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't realize that was the thing. That must be representing the King's Cross to Inverness service that LNER do. .90 limit kicking in. We are flying. It's nice being able to do something that isn't an all-stop stopper. Try saying that 5 times fast at on the Fife Circle. Here's South Gyle. I've already zoomed the map out. Good job, me. Get behind the yellow line, you muppet. That's one of the things about these dang NPCs. Step 1 on the brakes. Oh no, we're going to overshoot, aren't we? Wait, I left it too late. No! Stop! Alright, that's an emergency brake application. Come on. Stop. Stop! Please! If the whole train goes over that, that's a fail. Oh, we made it! Oh, man. We did it. Oh man, that was a close one. How did we stop? That was a pretty fast stop though, to be fair. I'll leave the brakes on notch 1 so we can do a hill start. Come on, we're late already. Next stop, Inverkeithing in 7 miles. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Push it hard. Hopefully, with the combined power of the 158 and the we can only go up to 90, because the 158's leading. Because we have a 158 in the contest, that means we can only go up to 90. It's just I don't make the rules around here. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. Already halfway to 90 miles an hour. this is a cool contest. I remember one of my most popular videos is actually me coupling a pacer to a regional railways liveried 158, which is just the East Midlands trains 158 in a regional railways livery, and I took it up to from Preston to Blackpool North on Blackpool branches, and that actually got well over 1,000 views for some reason. I've actually have no Creators Club liveries installed apart from my own one. Oh, hello! I present Flying Scotsman, ladies and gentlemen. What's that doing here? I actually plan on doing the Flying Scotsman Rail Tour as my Christmas special this year on this line. Oh, shush. That's the AWS warning us of the 80 limit, which we are already at. Just can't get over how cool this is. To have a 158 and a 170 coupled in sequence. Alright. Gradient levels out. Let's get to notch 3. Do have a 50 limit coming up, which I do have to pay attention for. Shush. Let's get step 1 of brakes going. We're not stopping at either Dalmeny or North Queen's Ferry, so we're just heading straight across the Forth Bridge, not stopping at either of the stations to the north or south of it. This live weather mod really does wonders for the realism in this game. No more do we have to rely on the tired old presets for this game. As a 170, leave that to 170. Yeah, just a 170. Go notch 3. Here's the Forth Rail Bridge. Fife Circle is actually going to be electrified with overhead wires, apart from the Forth Rail Bridge, and ScotRail's just going to run dual overhead wire battery trains over the Forth Rail Bridge in battery mode, so it's pretty cool. Man, going over the Forth Rail Bridge in this game just never gets old, because it just looks insane. It is by far the scenic highlight of the route. And if I zoom out with the camera, like this, look how far out we can go. Look how tiny I am in comparison with the rest of the bridge. That is insane. Seeing Flying Scotsman was not on my bingo card for today, but fair dues. And the key thing, in 2.5 miles, there's the road bridge off to our left. How's the performance doing? Decently. With all the speed changes on this line, it should definitely be an interesting time running the Inter7 City HST on this line. There's a 158. Got an idea. There we go. Let's see if we can get the... should have done the camera from this far back. Whoops. There's North Queen's Ferry just ahead. Come on. Round we go. Round. There we go. That looks decent. Yeah, that looks very decent. Alright. We do start going downhill from here. Literally. So, yeah, we gotta be careful. And we've also got tunnels coming out, so I'll shut the window. ScotRail is the only British train operator which continues to hold out on buying IETs and continues to operate their HSTs with no end in sight for the old girls. Like, haven't they read the writing on the wall? Literally every other long-distance British train operator has gotten Hitachi IETs. Like, yeah, like, and they're relying on, like, nobody makes parts for the HSTs, and if they keep going, they'll have to start cannibalizing their old, some of their HSTs just to get parts for the new ones. It's just not worth it. And like Amtrak had the same thing with the Acela Express high-speed train. They had to actually cannibalize an Acela for part. Oh goodness. Which, yeah. And thankfully, the Avelia Liberties have finally had their teething issues ironed out, and they finally have started replacing the Acelas. About time, really. I love the Acelas, but they were getting really long in the tooth. Same thing with the Hitachi IETs. Like, the last hurrah of the HST was about in 2020. That's when 2020 was when they operators really started replacing HSTs. And yeah, and the IETs too had a few teething issues. I seem to remember GWR Class 800s and 802s having frame cracking issues, but those were resolved to Hitachi's credit, and now they're running everywhere. And I know you're probably going in the comments like, what about the GWR Castle sets? No, I haven't forgotten about those, but those are on the way out too. GWR are retiring those in next month, which is a shame, really. Like, those castle sets are cool, but IETs are the way forward, I'm afraid. Like, these HSTs are just far too old. They were introduced in the early 1980s. Like, it's insane that they're well beyond their best before date. Inverkeithing. Don't think we've got enough of a hill to warrant a hill start. So yeah, we're actually here for the next 2 minutes, so don't mind if I do. Any rogue collectibles larking about? Come here. No, get out of the way. We can't even go inside the waiting room. Why? So yeah. Look at that. How cool is that they can couple together? Oh, planter. I believe the planters are actually collectibles recycled off of the Fife Circle line. Why did I just say Fife Circle? I meant to say Cathcart Circle line. I suppose 2 circles, I just got confused. So yeah, we've got... Next one is... Here is where we are all the way up to Kirkcaldy and then all the way up to Markinch. So we've only got 2 stops left today, despite having quite a bit of track left to go. So what is this? It's a service to Dundee. So I would assume that this service only has 3 stops left. It's got Kirkcaldy, Markinch, and then Dundee. It's very annoying that that the distance from Markinch to Dundee in real life is only 19 miles, and yet Rivet couldn't be bothered to extend the line from Markinch up to Dundee so we could do the full Waverley to Dundee run. Oh well. At least At least LNER 801 seemed to do the AI, seem to do the King's Cross to Inverness service as AI, which is nice. Buzzing back. Next up, Kirkcaldy in 10 miles. Come on, buddy. Speed. Speed and power. Can't use an Notch 7 yet. There goes the northern branch of the Fife Circle off toward Cowdenbeath and Glenrothes with Thornton. This will actually be my last video on the Fife Circle sprinter timetable for a bit. I've been playing so much of this route that I'm actually beginning to get bored with it, and I need to move on to something else. I'm actually planning on working through all of my routes which I actually play services on and that I just don't use for layers. Like, for example, Rheinruhr Osten Wuppertal to Hagen I just use for layers for the Voslo G6, for instance. What else? Spirit of Steam, I'm not going to be playing through that. That's just for layers. There are going to be some exceptions though. Like, for example, I won't be playing Birmingham Cross City because A, I just finished recently going through it. B, I'm waiting until I can get the cross country class 220 because Birmingham Cross City just got updated with a ton of cross country 220 services thanks to Rivet Games getting some more leeway in the timetable. Leaving slots in the timetable. I won't be playing through either Blackpool branches and Preston Carlisle because, and I know you're probably screaming at your screen like, those are your favourite routes, why are you leaving those out of your full playthrough of the routes that I'm playing through? And that's because, well, there's currently an issue with the Class 31 layering onto Preston Carlisle, where if you have the Class 31 installed, the Class 86 doesn't show up in timetable mode, and it hasn't been fixed yet. So, yeah, I'm not going to play, and because I've uninstalled the Class 31 in order to, quotes, fix that bug, that means I don't have a full layer list on Preston Carlisle or Blackpool branches. So, and you know how important having a full timetable is for me. So, yeah. We've actually, doing an express service on this line is a welcome change from the constant local stoppers that this line is mainly known for. There are quite a few variable speed limits, so I will have to be careful, nonetheless. This is going to be much more interesting in the HST because the brakes on that are questionable at best. But that's what I love the HST for. Like, it's an old it's old and janky, but we still love it. There's the 50 warning. I'll keep step 1 of brakes going. Seven miles to go. 50 limit has been reached. I do prefer the southern branch of the Fife Circle because it has better, like, the coastal scenery is far better than just countryside. Like, yeah. Zooming through. People are staying behind the yellow line for once. Oof. I hate when that happens. Don't know why I just pressed the signal button. I'm not. Yeah. Right, max the throttle. We have 10, sorry. I can't math properly. 10 minutes to do 6 miles. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully TPWS doesn't try to annoy me like it did last time with going up the southern branch of the Fife Circle. That's the 75 limit. Oh, it's started clouding over. Sometimes I forget I have the live weather mod running in the background. As soon as we get up to speed, we have to slow down. I wish Rivet would implement the new sea effects that Dovetail were able to do for the Riviera line. And I'm not saying that's perfect, but those wave effects are perfect. They're not, but they are a darn sight better than what we currently have for CFX. Hopefully they would also be... I hope Grump Dog Games can implement them on the remastered West Somerset Railway, because that'd be pretty cool if we could have that. If we could have West Somerset, like West Somerset waves. Yeah, there are actually a lot of sea routes in this game that need those new CFX. But as long as they implement them, don't just leave them to rot. But yeah, that's what happens in this game quite often. Oh my goodness, that was a rapid change from 1% up to 1% down. Coming through Burnt Island and a little port area. Man, these 5-car services are so cool. Burnt Island. Sound the horn. Coming through. Alright, we're back up to 50 and then back up to 75. Four miles to go. There's the 75 limit kicking in. Checking the live weather. Wouldn't be surprised if we start getting rain in a bit. I don't know. Huh? Cloudiness is reducing, I'd say. I love the live weather mod. I'll continue to praise Windsarton for making this, because it just blows the dynamic weather preset completely out of the water, because the dynamic weather, despite being in the game for well over 3 years at this point, is implemented in September 2022. It's just completely broken. Transitions are too fast. It normally defaults back to heavy rain. So before I found out about the live weather mod, I just kept it on what's it called? I just kept it on custom weather most of the time and had the same weather for the entire run. But the live weather basically replaces the old dynamic weather by just making it much, much better. Get the brakes on, because this bit is where I got slapped across the face by TPWS, who were annoyed that I was going too fast, which is like, come on. Very annoying. Very, very annoying indeed. There's the 30-mile-an-hour sign. Speed is coming back nicely. Notch 2 of brakes is necessary, but... Oh, shut the window. Oh, I had the window shut. Oops. Yeah, this is the slowest bit. I think this is Aberdawa, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. No, Kinghorn. My apologies. So, reopen the window. I've had the window closed since North Queensferry. Oops. Sound the horn. Most ScotRail services stop here, so do have to be careful to let the people know I'm coming through. 65 limit comes into force. Kinghorn is another nice area as the route. Look at that! That doesn't look half bad. It's pretty nice by Rivet Games standards. It's not the best, but it is pretty decent. Flying toward Kirkcaldy. There's the 75 sign. .75 limit in force. Man, like the live weather mod just vastly increases the realism. Like, these are like real life conditions. Like, the game date is set to the real life time of day. The weather is the real life weather in this area right now. You can't get more realistic than this. Under 2 miles to go to Kirkcaldy. I think this coming up is Aberdawa, if I'm not mistaken. There's another train coming. No, next station is Kirkcaldy. There's a 158. And it's another 5 car. Nice! That is very nice. 1 mile to go. 1 mile, I'll cut the power. Step 1 of brakes. Announcements on the Class 158 are still non-functional, which is just great. Like, why? Kirkcaldy. I'm having to do my own announcements. Ugh. Oh well. And we're arriving a minute early too. That makes me happy. Onto the brakes. here for just over a minute, so I might as well try and go get some collectibles. There's the door. Anything? Probably like a seal plushie somewhere. Haven't got time to go and check though, I've got less than a minute. Oh well, I got some. Not all, but some. Oh, here's a poster. Yes. Whoever the artist is for these like kind of collectible posters, they're pretty cool. Next stop after this is Markinch, which is the last stop of the day. Buzz back. Next and final stop of the day, Markinch, in just over 6 miles. Oops. Can't use Notch 7 yet, it's still too slippery. Try it? Let's just try it. There we go. Speed limit of 65 miles an hour is in effect. That's even more ironic about the route terminating at Markinch instead of going all the way to Dundee. Trains with the Z Simulator World Tour for the console edition actually modelled the Edinburgh to Dundee section, not the entire Fife Circle, but they got up to Dundee while TSW didn't, which is somewhat funny. And by the way, before you ask if I'm getting it, no, I'm not. First off, Trains with the Z Simulator World Tour is for Xbox consoles only, and not for PC, and is for some reason not compatible with PC, is what I meant to say. Secondly, it's got really cheesy voice lines, like really cheesy. Thirdly, it's more arcadey than TSW, and TSW is pretty arcadey already, so. Oh, banged my mic. Sorry, viewers. 5 miles to go. You can go up to 80. Full throttle. Looks as though the weather's clearing up a bit. We're really struggling to gain speed. Oof. Now we'll really gain speed. We're now heading downhill. I think, yeah. I still think now that I've tried all of the new kinds of services in the Sprinter Express timetable, I still think that my favourite run to do is Laven to Edinburgh Waverley in the Levenmouth Rail Link Class 15A. Because I do like not only because it's like Levenmouth Rail Link, cool livery, also because it's a full service, unlike the services going up toward Markinch. Can't believe this is like, we're going up to Markinch again for like the second time in the past 3 videos, but yeah. I wanted to try one of these more express kinds of services with the Fife car, and they only do the Markinch to Edinburgh run, so there goes the Laven branch off to our right. We just had the branch from Glenrothes join from the left. We do have a 60 limit coming up, so we've got to be careful for that. We've got 3 minutes to do 2 miles. We could do that. As long as we stay above an average of 60 miles an hour, we should be absolutely fine. Let the speed come back naturally. I've been having a lot of fun on the Fife Circle, despite the gripes I've had with the Sprinter Express timetable. Onto the brakes. There's the 60 sign. That was actually perfect timing. 1 mile to go with 2 minutes. Shush. That was a very brief section of 60 miles an hour, I must say. There's a 158. 0.6 miles, so cut the throttle. Step 1 on the brakes. Last stop of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to take all your belongings with you when you leave the train. And don't forget to text the British Transport Police if you see something that doesn't look right. I'm not kidding, I got really sick of that announcement. To see it say it's sorted, like, why? I know it's, like, important that that sort of thing happens because there's such a thing as terrorism, but why do they have to say it so often? They literally say it, like, after every stop. Just drives me insane. That's like my one major gripe with British trains as a whole. And they're clean, comfortable, not prone to delaying too much. I think the worst British train I've ever been on is the Northern 156 when I was heading to Blackpool. But, yeah. Welcome to Markinch, everybody. After an uneventful trip from Edinburgh. Oh, whoops, wrong button. That was the button I was looking for. I wonder if there are any services to King's Cross, if I can have a look. They're all heading to Edinburgh. Okay. Okay, there we go! That will be all for this video. We got a platinum medal. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.